Instantly viewers, I just finished reading Beauty Queens by Libba Bray, and I'm super sad it's over, but now it just means we get to talk about it. Okay, wow, so much happened. It was so good. I have a couple notes of things I want to talk about before I really delve into the finale and conclusion of this book. First of all, being maxi pad pets. In fact, let's just open up to that section again. So this book does a lot of things, and it does a lot of things well. And one of those things is satirizing the absurdity of current day media by making the media in this book so over the top that it's laughable. And I think they do a really good job of that, especially with maxi pad pets. I was reading it and I was just like, it's so funny. Like, wings are so last month. New maxi pad pets come in 12 different pet pal shapes so you can change your mood as often as you change your pad. Guess who's got a lion in her trousers? I have not laughed as hard as I laughed at maxi pad pets in a long time. Okay, but then we get to the Miss Teen Dream pageant on the beach, and right away everything's going normal, and then Adina starts asking the more interesting questions, and I just freaking loved the answers that the girls gave. They were just so snarky and sharp, and I honestly, I kind of want to go back and read this book again, because I remember really heavily disliking every character except for Adina from the start, and I just love how far these girls came in this time. I don't actually know how long they were on this island. They keep referring to everything in terms of weeks. You know, Taylor's been gone for weeks, and Taylor was with them for weeks. So they were there for a really long time, and you don't really truly get that sense because it's just, you know, a short book. They were there long enough for them to actually truly start to see the world in an entirely different way because of the growth that they made on this island, and that's beautiful, and that's represented so amazingly in their answers to the questions during the pageant. And the fact that all of these are live and nobody can really do anything about it because of this grand setup plan that they have, it was just so good. I also loved that weird little aside about Momo hiding files on his computer under yacht systems, because who would click on that, came back around when Mary Lou was looking for any sort of indication as to how to control this yacht, and she found the yacht systems folder, which contained, of course, the scandalous video that they ended up showing everyone. I feel like everyone had a good moment. This book was very good about not making any one of the girls the overwhelming hero. Obviously Taylor comes in and saves the day in the end with her giant miss fireball explosion, but it was every single person's contribution to this plan that allowed it to succeed. It was the courage and bravery and all of that from all of the girls that really made this all possible. However, I don't know if you guys had this experience. I kept thinking that they were just sort of referring to the girls as their state sometimes and their name other times, and I never really bothered memorizing which girls were from which state because it wasn't super relevant. It didn't occur to me until the very end that some of the girls were actually nameless, and that when they were referring to Miss Montana or Miss Ohio, it was literally a girl that we actually kind of knew nothing about. I don't know how I missed that. At the end in the epilogue when they go through and it's just Miss New Mexico, Miss Ohio, Miss Arkansas, Miss Montana, and they don't ever say their names. I don't know how I went through this whole book not realizing that there were 4 more characters that I didn't know existed. I guess I should have known because Miss New Mexico was the one with the tray in her head, but I just kept thinking, oh wait, yeah, Trayhead. Like I knew about Trayhead, and I just sort of assumed that she was one of the girls and I never picked up on that. I don't know, I feel kind of dumb about that, but I don't actually really know why there were 4 girls that never were given names or deeper characterizations. That's something I'd actually really like to know your thoughts about in the comments, because I didn't think about it very much because I only kind of put it together in this reading session. I loved everything that happened in the end when they were locked in that room and they had to work their way out with the PowerPoint, that was hilarious. I loved how Agent Jones was all crazy and drugged up like Taylor was and saying all those things and making the girls call him Manflower, and that was a great scene. I think one of the things that I was most excited about was in the epilogue when you find out that Jennifer went on to start GirlCon and that it's a real thing that exists, and hopefully it is helping many girls. I loved this book. I really, really liked it. I already have a long list of friends that I want to lend the book to, force them to read it, because it was just so smart and so funny and so poignant and so full of really, really important issues. I would love to know your thoughts on the conclusion in the comments below. I'm going to be doing next week my standard questions answered comment response video, so if you have any things that you would like me to talk about in that video, please leave comments down below for me to respond to. But yeah, this book is awesome. I'm super, super stoked. I haven't picked what our next book's gonna be, but we have a couple of weeks until we start that, so stay tuned. I'll be announcing it next week, most likely. But thank you so much for joining me on this. I love that I had people reading this book with me because I've been talking about it nonstop, and I'm glad that you guys get it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.